So in this video, we're gonna start building a Django view for user to sign up. So we're gonna do some setup work for the project and for the Django view as well. Let's get started. So first thing first, you can open your project with a text editor. I choose VS Code. You could choose whatever you want. And I go to the project we created in our previous video, CozyStay, and we just open it. So first thing first, we need to start a new app to handle the and to start this user profiles where we created. So the first thing we start with, we're gonna start. I'm gonna create this. Okay, so we start. The first thing first, we create a new app called Profile in Django. Python. So, oh, I forgot. The first thing first, we need to start the virtual environment first. Do you see here? Then we go to the backend, which is the Django project, and we do this. Start app. Then this will be the name of the new app in Django called Profiles. And we enter. So do you see here? We have a new app. Let me zoom in a little bit. Then after that, we need to set up but before that, we need to also install one thing called Django REST Framework to handle the data processing. Django REST Framework. S here. Okay, after that, we could start the server. So after create a new app called Profiles and install the REST framework. Let's go to the project setting file here. Settings. We need go to the apps. Do you see here? Install apps. We need a type this REST framework, and also the app we just created called Profiles. Okay, and save. And after that, we start working on our profile. So first thing first, we need to create the model, which is the blueprint for the profiles. So when you go to a website, you need to sign up. What do you need? You probably need a name, email, and a password. And we're gonna start here. We create a class called profile and models dot model. Let me put this down here. Name. So usually we create the name, the max length. Let's give a 200 characters. We use the email field. And we say that unique is true and a password. Max length, also give it to 99. So, and this one is how this function tells the model how it displays itself. the instance, each instance. Return self name. Okay, so after we created the new profile model, we need to make migrations. The first one, then migrate. Then basically we're running those commands, tell Django that we need to create this, and with this schema, this profile schema like this. Then we go back to start server again. And from here, we're gonna create a new file called Serializer. Let's create a file. Serializers. I hope the spelling is right. Okay. Basically, the serializers help us convert the data, the JSON data, from JSON to a Python object and convert back to the JSON data. I will show you guys a little more after we write the serializer here. So from the models, we import our profile just created. So there are several things we need to do, but let's start creating the profile sign up. Serializer first. So we need to import this first. So there are several things we need to do. First, we have to specify what kind of like a model, which model and what field of the model we need to serialize. And we need to validate each field, the incoming data from the back end, the front end. So let's get started. So we make sure the password is right, is read only. Is write only. Sorry about that. So model. So this is the model we're gonna serialize from. And the field. So what field we need it? We need a name. We just create a name, email. What else? Password. Okay. So from here, we need to create an instance. So basically, when the new user data come in, we need to save as an instance of the profile model. So this is the profile, the name equal password. From here, we need one more import. From here, we need a Django, because we need a hash the password before we save it, because you don't want to save the very sensitive information. So we're gonna import this make a password. We need to make password and validate data. So let me type the code first, then I'll explain a little bit more about the flow. Return the profile. So we need to validate. So from here, we need to validate the three fields: the name. Oh, we don't need to validate the name. We need to validate the email and the password. So let me finish all the class first. Then I would show you guys the validate the workflow, how it works. Value. So for this validation function, we're gonna make sure the email is already here. It's in the database. Validate error. Email is already exist. Give this. And a second one, we need to validate the password. Check out the links. Validate password. Value as well. I will return the value. Oh, sorry about that. We need to return value here as well. So let me explain a little bit about how this entire class works. So what happened is that later on, we're gonna use this profile sign up serializer in the Django view. And when the Django view have the JSON payload incoming data, then we're gonna get the data, the request data, which include those field. And this class will pass the data. Let's say if we want to validate this data, they will check if we have a data a validation data called check email, and this email, this name here, the validate, you gotta be validate the word. The second component gonna be the field name. You have to match the here, so the password right here. So in this class, we didn't validate the name, but if we need to validate the name, you should know the class should be the custom class should be validate underscore name to match. And this Django REST framework, they will automatically use this custom validation function to check this particular model field. I hope that's clear. So after that, we need use this serializer in the class. I think once you see the how you work, you will know more. So let's start from here. So we need to do some import first. Django response. The serializer. This is the serializer we need to import here. Okay. Then we're gonna start creating the API view, and the first thing we have to specify what's the method, which is the post. Signing out, request. Serializer, we need to specify the serializer. We just create it, and the data, it will be the request data. So this request is the object from the incoming payload from the front end or Postman. And once we get that is valid, we pass this. If it's valid, serializer.save and return response. Status, let's give a HTTP status HTTP. Oh, I forgot to import this status here. Status, how now we have a HTTP 201 created, and if not, we just return serializer error. That is for 4 or 400. Yes. Okay. So now let's set out the view, and we'll explain the whole workflow. That's a little bit cleaner once you see the incoming data. So after I have this, we need to create another file called URLs. Just tell Django where to go, where to load the file. So from Django.url path from the view. This is the view we just created called signing up. Our pattern. Will be a list. This is a URL we can access the view, sign up, and I will give their name called sign up. Then, but right now we created this URL, but we need to tell the project. So we have to go back to the project URL. So this is just for this app. We need to tell this existence of this URL. So we're gonna import the include. And so this, you can think this file is the main project URL. But we need to tell them that we're building another URL files, and you should connect them. So by doing this, include profiles, the name of the app, and the dot, which means the file name URLs. So now it should be working. Let me see what's going on here. URLs. Let me see. Profiles. Let's restart the server again. Import. Let me see what's going on here. Profiles. Serializer. Okay, I see the argument here. It sounds like something wrong with the serializer. Let's check out the serializer here. Line 27. Let's go back to. So guys, after debugging the code, I realized that it's the serializer. It's not serializer. It should be serializer dot model serializer. That caused the problem here. So, okay, let's run the server again. It should be go away. Okay. So now let's pull out the Postman to access the URL and test it out how the sign up view working. So now let's get started. The Postman. The first thing first, we need to create a new project in the collection we call CozyStay. And we start new request. It will be post, and the URL will be URL. Let's also set out a environment here too, and the environment let's call CozyStay. So the value, the environment value, the URL, which will be the default of Django. To see here the friend, the beginning, and this one. Don't include the backslash because we gonna use the backslash in the file in the URL when we call it, and we save. And back to our collection, the one we just create right here, collection, CozyStay. We're gonna use the environment CozyStay here. Now we could access the URL here. URL here and slash. Remember we just profiles and the sign out here. So this, let me zoom in a little bit. This as well. So this profiles is from the project level URL here. See here, URLs, and after here they will go to this file looking for this view. So, and after this view, this URL, they will give us this view. And so we need the data, they will pass this data to the serializer. And then in the serializer, we need to pass three fields, the name. So let's test it out. Let's use the body, the form here. The first key will be name. Just type some, as a value, let's say user1. The second will be email. Email, let's say user1.gmail. And the third one, password. Just 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So let's try that out, how it goes. Let me send it here. Password. Sorry about that, wrong spelling. Okay, let's try it again. Hey, at least we know the length of validation is working. So let's do 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, look here, the 201 created correctly. And that's it. That's about our email. That's about our sign up view. And next, we're gonna start working in the front end, so the user could send their sign up data to the backend, to the Django view. See you there.